first opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action. Black. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Open man, Butler complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Black. The toss here completed to Pittman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Well, a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Texans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came
into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Gets past one man. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Texans nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Grover Stewart breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Off the play fake. Black. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
That's good for a Colts. First and 10.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Black. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Black. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Rodgers now on 1st down. They will find Davis. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Second and 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Looking to throw. Black. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught right side, Davis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the 27-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From the 27, Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Black.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Off play action. Black. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Davis. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
They'll let Taylor try and run.
But he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
So there, Charles, in that situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. On first down, Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Davis. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And again, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dayo Odeyingbo in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response. Now it's Rodgers.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Off the play fake. Blank. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Oh, he bowls over him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. They'll let this go for the end zone.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and bringing it in, it's Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. Uncorks one for Davis.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Kwity Paye in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times have we talked about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Corey Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and run it in. But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. From the gun, Black. Dancing to his left. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth-quarter deficit. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's got Jordan complete right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And his kick is no good. And just barely missing it wide to the right. Well, I think they knew that that one was going to be a long shot, but in the end, it's looking like they're going to come up short.
And it's tough to really hang too much blame on your kicker here either. That would have been well above and beyond his range, and this will go down as a tough loss. They played well enough to win.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
At their 49-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Houston, the victory gets them back to 500, 8-8 on the year.